Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Today, I am very excited because I get a chance to talk about something that is super fun. Like it's super insightful to me, or amazing to me rather, that we have we're on a cusp of like an amazing technological wave that is going to bring so many benefits to us in our day-to-day lives if we're able to harness it properly. So I am so excited to talk about, what AI will really bring to us and what I think we can do as a community to help others, right, understand exactly what they can do with the AI tools that are available for them to help make life better, right? There's so much noise out there. There's so many things that you could possibly jump into, so many things you could possibly use and work on. And just like how when we had Notion, we also had Airtable, we also had Coda, we also had so many things, and it got really overwhelming very quick, right? Which tool should I use? Which platform should I be using, first to, really get the things that I want and succeed with those? But what I've found over time is that if you're able to really consolidate and understand exactly what you're trying to do with your systems, exactly what you're trying to do with your tool that you're using, and have a very specific use case for it, right? And ignore everything else, you can definitely be able to stick with the tool for a long time and use it to its full capacity. So today will be almost like a very chill stream. I think I'll just be talking about and brainstorming out loud how I'm going to help everybody with that. I have some notes already written down, but I thought it'd be more meaningful if we could all do it together, right, on stream, and for you guys to all see also exactly how I think about website building and just resource building as a whole. And then what I hope to do as well is that since we just recently launched the latest Out Control systems, actually all the systems in the Code Street Toolbox has been revamped to its 2023 look and feel. I'm here to answer any questions that anybody in the community might have with that as well. So very excited, guys. Let's jump straight into it and let's get started. So right here, and I'm going to also just double check my camera settings a bit because it looks a bit weird. Give me 1 second. I see, that's why. There you go. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, well, I guess this is the best we can do. Okay, cool. So what we want to do, so let's get started first, right? So why do we want to build a website to help our community take action with AI? Well, we want to help the community understand the tools that are out there to help us, live life better, right? So I'm gonna say here, help us live life better. And also actually we want to give practical examples of how each tool is currently helping us in our lives. Okay, so what are we wanting to show? Well, for me, what I really think we need is to have an easy way to map out all the functions that we're serving in our lives and share the best tool to help us simplify or manage that workflow. And we also want to share how we can easily switch between solutions in case we have new requirements or better tools come out. So I think that's something that's very important, right? And I think a lot of people, well, me myself first, foremost, have a problem with that. The first thing is like keeping track of all the things that I could be solving with, any tool, whether it be Notion or any next gen AI tools as well. Like, I don't really think there's a very solid way to keep track of everything, right? Unless you actually write it down and you relate it to, and et cetera. Then you have to figure out the best tool to solve that exact function, right? And when I talk about functions, I'm referring to the stuff I was talking about last stream, which was, taking a look at like, projects, right? Doing my projects as a function, doing my tasks as a function, right? Handling my network as a function, handling my calendars under a function, right? Tracking monthly P&L, et cetera. Like there's a lot of things that are functions in my life that are going to be, ways that are very important for me to figure out exactly how I'm going to get done. So that's where I'm going to go ahead with, understanding the best tool that could help us simplify, manage the workflow, et cetera. And then the last thing that I really want is that I always thought it was very painful when it comes for time for us to switch between solutions, right? Let's say we already have been using one tool for a long time, but for whatever reason, we found a much better tool that's going to give us 10x return, because I usually don't switch unless there's like a significant difference, right? But it's going to give us 10x return for us to really make that function as best as it can, and then we can move forward from there, right? So there's a lot of different ways that we can kind of handle the way that to show this information. But what I want to show you is how I think it's going to be very impactful if we can create like a website for this, right? Like create a website for our people to not only see like how I'm mapping out the functions that I'm serving in my life, and then the best tool that I found to solve that in some significant way, but I also want to see how everybody else solves it as well. So I started brainstorming a little bit, like what exactly this website would look like. And I really wanted like AI to build AI. Like, that's the first thing I really wanted to think about. I was like, oh shoot, like what if like AI could build AI, right? Like, so I was like, okay, so first let's figure out how I could make like a website. Maybe I can prompt ChatGPT, right, to give me some like briefs. These are obviously human made. Like I was thinking, okay, I need a showcase page, I need a search page, a collaboration page, roadmap. But I was really thinking like, first of all, if I were to build this, right, what is the framework on which I build it? Meaning that, do I build it as a Notion website, right? Do I build it as a custom React website? Do I build it as a Webflow website, right? Now, so what are all the pros and cons of making a website like this? But first and foremost, what I realized is I just need like a very clear way to like list everything out, what exactly I am building, and then we go ahead and figure out like, hey, how do we then implant it onto a tool? Because it's amazing now, like all the different ways that we can even build sites. Like I think what was unveiled for ChatGPT 4 was that if you just take a picture of a sketch of a wireframe, which means like of a drawing of how you want your website to look, it can even just write that website for you. So like, I don't think I should waste any time today writing any website's code. I think I should just do it as quick as possible and get it out as quick as possible, right? MVP testing. But I do want to show you guys like the way that I'm going to start thinking about how we present this information in the first place. Okay, so let's get started there. And for me, I do want to have some fun with this. I want to see, okay, so hello, I am going to build a website that solves the following, that performs the following, and then do you understand? And then I'm going to paste this. Okay, perfect. And then the next thing I'm going to say is we want to do this because, do you understand? Yes, perfect. And then can you lay out a potential, can you give me an idea of how I might lay out the website? Okay, so they're saying that on the home page, we'll introduce our website, we have the brief overview, then we'll have categories. So then categories will have, so this is like my areas of the functional work. Tool pages for each tool, you can have a dedicated page that use a brief introduction. That makes sense. Okay, nice. Solution evolution is just a page. So it's already giving me a baseline of like what the MVP might look like, which is actually pretty awesome. User submission, that's awesome. And then a blog, I think that's fine. We can skip that. Okay, this is actually very nice already. I actually really like this already. So I'm gonna copy this, and then I'm going to go ahead and paste it into my notes for now, right? So I'm gonna say, this is my dumb human brain. Human brain came out with this, and then my AI brain, the AI brain came out with this. Okay, so the human brain came out with all this, which I will put them here, and then we'll bring them out as they will. I'll hide that so that all the comments get rolled up. And then now we're gonna think about like, okay, well, we have this way that we can, have a homepage, categories, etc. So I wanted to help me even build out that homepage, right? Well, actually, first of all, let's think about this for a second. Do I want this as a as a pure Notion page for now. I think I might. I think I actually might. So then categories can just be a Kanban board. Because ultimately, whatever I build here, I want to just use this as a database to then feed into the eventual website I build. I think I will be building it on like a custom platform, like React or Next.js or something, because I'm familiar with that. And I'm going to pull information from Notion to actively keep that active. So I think that's actually going to be pretty cool. Okay, so let's start making that draft website first. And I think the way I'm going to do that is I'm actually going to go into our collaboration space inside our community. You can see that we actually have a page here for tools that we use. And I'm actually going to upgrade this completely. And well, okay, let me think of this for a second. Do I want this to be a traditional site? Nah, I think I'm going to reword this. Okay, cool. This is actually really cool. Okay, so let's also, what would be the name of this website? Currently, we have the domain takeaction.ai. Here we go. I like this better. So streamline your workflow to best solutions. So streamline your workflow. Actually, Tool That We Use is actually a really good page. Interesting. So you see, like, you can actually discover that, like, you've created some really good resources before already, actually. Anyway, let's go. Let's go here and let's make can you make a short description with the following prompts, as well as all the information you already know so far? I like that so much. But let's make that shorter. Can you shorten that to 2 sentences? Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead. We've created a collaborative, actually, this is here. Collaborative repository, helping you to discover the best tools to simplify and manage your daily life. We provide example how each tool can help you live life better and offer tips on switching to the solution as needs change. Okay, perfect. And then why do we build this is we want to help the community understand. Okay, actually, let's make this a bit simpler. There is a lot of noise out there, and there's a lot of noise out there, and many tools to use, especially when it comes to AI. Okay, so then let's summarize this into a sentence as well. Can you make this into 2 sentences as well? Okay, and then I think we need to change it. With so many tools available out, oops, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. So many tools available out there, especially with the upcoming, with the current AI wave. That's why we think that there is an opportunity for a curated list of a curated repository of the tools available. Tools to take action. Available to simplify, available to of the tools out there. Only for us to share what tools out there are most helpful for specific workflows that we tackle on a day-by-day basis. The functions that we tackle on a daily basis. Finally, actually, do I normally make bullet points? I want to double check that for a second. Very nice. Okay, finally we think that there's always going, after we know that there's always going to be a better tool out there, so we want to make it easy for you to switch tooling whenever there is a significant improvement, a performance improvement. Okay, that's very cool. We explain why, we explain what, and let's now talk about how. So the how, we're going to go ahead and I'll change this. So we used to have something called a tool repository. I don't think that's necessarily very useful anymore. But what I do want to do here is I want to make the new site that's going to be so page. So this is going to be take action. Actually, I don't even know the name of this. If this is tools to take action, then what? Then how is this? Anyway, let's see. I'm gonna figure out a way to make this collaborative as well. So brief introduction to the tools. I think this is just gonna be this is just gonna be the information page, but then ultimately I'm gonna build a proper site here. So let's just see how it looks. Okay, let's just see how it might look. So let's go ahead and make the proper site, because ultimately I think I'm going to link this to a domain for now. So let's just call it takeaction.ai, and we'll figure out how to deal with it later. So now I'm going to ask ChatGPT, for the homepage, can you generate some content? Wait, stop mentioning the name of the website in your content. Can you format this as a landing page for the homepage? Interesting. Okay. Okay, let's try this. Again, I'm just using this as an example because I want to show you guys how easy it is to build sites now. So I want to show you guys. So for example, let's go ahead and use this information. Okay, I mean, I'll make my own personal touches. Tired of feeling overwhelmed by your workload. Struggling. Okay. And I'm gonna show you how to make Notion pretty as well. So that'll be fun. So let's go ahead and make a explore button. Actually, I would prefer this to be a callout, actually. Callout. So explore. I think the explore button can actually even go in here. Okay, so explore, and then we can make this button a bit better. Or maybe I'll turn on the dog cam, by the way, guys, for everyone to see the dog if you guys want to. Yeah, you can move him. Aku, go home. This has now turned into a dog stream. Okay, anyway, so continuing here, yeah, let's just say there's a CTA here called explore. And then what we're going to do is, or explore tools, explore, explore tools for our tools. Okay, let's just do this very faithfully for now, and then we're gonna change everything later because I do think there are improvements that we can do. Anyway, so let's copy this first. And then I'm gonna make 3 sections, so 3 columns. And now I'm going to paste this into here. And I think what I can do here is, these are definitely callouts. So these are callouts for sure. So streamline your workflow like this. Streamline your workflow. Actually, I can even do this now, something like that. And then what we're gonna do, actually, I don't like this that much. I'm just going to go ahead and maybe something like that. And then what I'm going to do is duplicate this and streamline. What is streamline? Swimming. Workflow. I think I'm going to use some basic icons. So flow. Okay, so we all cover a wide range. Okay, I like the way that they formatted it, but I think there's a better way. Actually, I'm even curious, how would you format the information here visible on the page itself, placements, etc. Oh, I have to log in again. What's going on? Okay, give me a second. Let me just log in again. Let's go ahead and log in again. I think there's an update or something. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to go back here and put it in, and I'm going to say, can you present this info? Can you show me how you might format this information visually on a page? And then we have this, so they're showing this. Interesting. Okay, so they're saying streamline overflow, then image, and then description, and then find what works best, image, description, etc., and then there's a call to action at the bottom. So then what we're going to do here is, let's just go ahead and use proper coloring here. So streamlining, let's duplicate this. Actually, before we duplicate, let's figure out the best way of handling this first. So I do think there's an image here, potentially, for areas. So this is areas. See different areas. See different areas. Maybe that's even like explore our areas. So these will be the categories of information, because then if we look back into here, these will be our categories. Right here, homepage. So categories. Then we have tools, specific tools. Then the next one is going to talk about specific tools. Okay. Explore solutions. Okay, here. I think this is better. Okay, then explore solutions. And then the last one is simplify your life. Um, simplify your life could be so one, two, and then switching between solutions is like that. So while not having to worry about um, future migrations. Okay, this is just a test I want to test if that's something that people really want, if that's something that people care about. But okay, so now we have 3 sections. So let's go ahead and make this a bit prettier. So find what works best. It's going to go into the section here, right here. And then what we have here is we have oh, they actually duplicate some information. That's funny. A lot of noise to choose from, etc., etc. Use, okay. Use the best tools available to take action towards while not having to worry about future migrations. And then here is where we can say build one source of truth. Okay, and this one needs some explaining later on for sure, but I'm gonna just duplicate this first. And then what we can do here is take this, paste that, and then we can go ahead, go here, copy that, paste that, and then okay, and then now what I'm actually going to do is I want ChatGPT to help me again here, and I want it to help me with this mission section. So this is the I want to introduce the switching between solutions option page. This is my draft so far. Can you help refine it? Oops. Okay, let me yikes. Okay. Let's go here. Can you refine the following brief and call to action? I guess so, okay. I guess fine. No, but I like use, okay, because I'm talking about like you're using it and then you don't have to worry about it. Yeah. Build your own source of truth. Okay, okay, so something like that. And then what we want to do, how about this? Cut through the noise and discover the best tools. Best tools, the latest tools. With practical examples of how each one. Okay, so that's my 3. And then what I'm going to do now is I want to make these individual pages. So let me think about this for a second. What I'm looking for here is, let's actually make this color a bit as well. So simplify green. So basically in this section, I want to talk about all the different functions that we possibly could be helping. And you can imagine like career, sustainable business, lifestyle, family, finances, etc. Like that, those are all areas that we can help with. and I want to explain that first. So we would have, looking at this, so we're kind of done the homepage, right? Again, homepage can be improved some more later on, but for now, that's like the start. Then we have categories. So let's keep it simple for now. For now, like let's even do I want a one page? No, I don't. Let's make this a page first, because I think you can make a page here. So new page. How's that work? Doesn't work. Okay, they used to be able to allow you to make sub pages in here, which doesn't work anymore, which is fine. Let's just go ahead and make a page. Okay, so this is what, explore areas. I think that works here actually. Nice, I like that. Okay, so explore areas. Just like so. Again, let's just find some icon that works for this. So so tools. Okay, and then simplify is database. Okay, explore areas. So go launch. I want something simple. Maybe that's something like that. Okay, explore areas. So now what we have here is an opportunity to grab one of these views. And let's just say we're gonna paste this into here. And I actually want this to be full page now. Okay, so that's good. And that's gonna be the whole page. But I need to explain this a little bit. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna explain this. And then we can say, navigate to the specific function that you are looking to improve in your life. Okay, and I think what's going to happen here is instead of having the information here, and I'll do this later on, I think upstream, but like instead of having information here, we'll have it in the page itself. So for example, if I open it up, I'll have like a page information here. And I like this a lot already. I like this as a solution. So then we go ahead and we open this up even more. So then we're going to try doing more of these. Explore solutions. So solutions will give us a view of the workflow specifically. Yeah, so people can usually just click this and then discover from the function perspective, or they can click this and discover from the solution perspective, or they can click this and discover from the data perspective. I think that's where I want to think about it. Yeah, nice. Okay, so we want to turn this into page then. I'll turn this into page. And again, we need some kind of dots or something. Perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and do empty page. And we're going to go ahead and grab this view. And I think I need to explain this a little bit because I do think there is something there. So I want to paste this here. So solutions. Okay, and then Actually, I think what would be very cool then is to have this presented in a board view instead. So I'm just going to duplicate this for now in case I don't like it. But board view. Let's go ahead and make this a layout of a board. And then we're going to color columns because I like that. Make this large if need be. And then what I'm going to do is take away the subgroup. Yeah, I don't think there's anything better here, so I'm going to just say none. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean this out later on, so don't worry about that. But for now, let's go ahead and keep going. So we have solutions, we have areas now. I'm also wondering if I should make this look like this. Maybe here? Not sure yet. And then we can go ahead and we can go ahead and keep that like that. And then we can go ahead here. And then the last one is build your one source of truth. And this one I need to explain a bit as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy this first and turn this into a page, open it up at the same dot for now. And then paste this, and then full width. And then what I'm going to do here is it's important to have your information, your data in one place, even if you are using a different tool to help you solve the problem. This is where we're currently storing the data for each of the functions that we have. This is how we're currently storing our information. Okay, so I think that's good. And again, I think there's an opportunity for us to group this by a board view. So board view. And what we're going to do here is we're going to again change this layout to a board. And then we're going to go ahead and make a board view by let's say tools. Yeah, I think board view by tools. And then you can see all the different ones that we're going by. And again, we'll figure this out and clean this up later. Okay, I think that's a good step forward. I think I want to clean this up a little bit by yeah, this needs to explain how to switch between solutions. So yeah, I'm missing a page to explain how to switch between solutions. We'll build. Yeah, I'll do that later. User submissions. Okay, so user submissions is gonna be fun because basically I'm gonna tell people to come onto the Notion page and then edit it. But they can just directly come to the Notion page, actually. I don't need to do anything right now to edit this. Okay, here. Feel free to comment on any page that you'd like. That on a page, and we love submissions. Learn about what solutions work for you. So I think the beauty of this is that I'm going to make this open for everyone to comment on, which it already is, by the way. Everyone can comment on this. Oops. But what I'm trying to do here is I want to make it so that it's very easy for people to access this information. So I think it's time to just prettify it, and then I will just make this a lot more clean and concise later. I also think I'm going to go ahead and here, I'm also going to go ahead and start migrating the website over. So let me just go ahead and do that. I will show you how to do that as well. But I've done this process before on many streams, like how to turn a actually, have I? Okay, I think this specific thing I haven't done, which is just I'm just going to redirect a site over to a Notion page instead of actually having it be the Notion page, because I think it's just more direct being here for now anyway. So let me just go ahead and show you guys. Okay, so I need to just migrate it over first. So I don't think I've done it yet. Okay, wait. So I need some time. Let's see. Let's just log in here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and log in. I know you guys will see this right now. Give me a second. I'm just trying to make sure while we're doing this, the migration can happen. And then what we want to do is we want to go ahead and check our accounts. I need to authorize my device as well. So many steps. All right, let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and log in. Okay, and then grab the code, submit that. Take action.ai, we'll add that. Okay, so no matter what tool I use, I always like using Cloudflare to secure it because it's free anyway, and it helps me do a lot of things I wouldn't be able to do otherwise. So right now I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that I am importing this in. So take action.ai. Okay, so I don't need any of these actually. So I'm just going to remove all of these. Delete. 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 And what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a record just so that I can grab this. So root is going to go to, for now, corkscreen.com. But later on, it will just redirect anyways. So add record, another CNAME, and we'll say www. We'll also go to corkscreen.com. I'm going to save that. Okay, confirm. And then now I'm going to have to copy these name servers into my domain registrar. Basically, it tells the domain registrar that I want to let Cloudflare control the sites instead of themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this, paste, delete this, and then submit. And then it'll take around 24 hours, which is actually less, but that's why I said I need to do it now. Otherwise, it will wait too long. But anyway, once that is done on the other side, I'm going to just press done here. Loading. There we go. Okay, cool. Done. So get started. Yes, I want to rewrite. HTTPS, force it. Performance, love it. Summary, finish. Okay, nice. So it'll take some time. But let's go ahead and let's continue streamlining the site and finishing this up. But basically what I want to do here is then I want to, I like that. It highlights some small like section at the bottom. That's always reserved. Might as well. I'll just put this at the bottom. Okay, so that's good. And then what I want to do now is I want to add some imagery here. So tools. I like this tool. And then let's go ahead and find. Actually, I like something like this actually. Funnily enough, something like this is fine enough because I don't want to put any image until we find a proper image for this. So maybe just something colorful. Let's go ahead and put something like this maybe. I think red even. Yeah, I think red is just the best because it's take action red. Okay, discover the best tools, manage blah blah blah, and you love submissions to learn more about solutions work for you. And then we have this. If I want to add an image, where should I add it? I also want to show you guys like something like Midjourney. I think it's so cool. Like there's so many cool AI generated art now. Obviously some of them you have to wait. So that's an annoying thing. Like everyone's trying them, but like there's a lot of really cool like stuff out there. Like okay, if you just want, I'll show you Midjourney really quickly. Because I won't have time to do it. Because they need to generate it. But basically like it will just make itself where to go. So yeah, so it can generate anything. Wait, I think images is better. Yeah, you can generate anything. You can make synthetic AI art, which is really, really cool. So I think in the future, I'm just gonna make a lot of the artwork from something like this to just quickly generate something here. But anyway, I think for now then, this probably is as straightforward as it could be. Do I even need an image? That's my only last question for myself. Do I even need an image? What will be the image here anyway? From career to her. I think it's actually very simple. I like it a lot actually. I keep trying to find things to like improve. Like I like it a lot already. Yeah, let's just see how it looks on mobile. Yeah, it's very, very clean. It's actually very, very clean. I'll make the second line. And I need to make this 2 lines. Okay, so those are 2 things I want to do. Okay, so let's make this the second line. I need to refresh it because it is currently and let us know what solutions work for you. Okay, let's take this off then, and then discover the best tools to simplify and manage your daily life. Actually, let me see how ChatGPT will do it. Make this shorter. Why is it giving me in code? Stop giving me in code. Yeah, okay. How is this shorter? Interesting. Make this 4 to 6 words max. I don't think it's descriptive enough. So you see, like, actually, yeah, it's not perfect. So you got to figure out like the best prompt for it. Unless it's not, otherwise, I'm gonna give you the best thing. The best tools. Simplify your daily life. Yeah, maybe Simplify your daily life is good. Holy shit, maybe AI is good. All right, all right, all right. I like it. I like it. Fine, fine, fine. Okay, let's just double check the name servers here, see if it's loaded, so I can then link the site over. And I should have done this at the beginning of the stream. My bad. But let's just check the name servers now. It is going to wait a few hours, unfortunately. Okay, well, anyway, the end result I'm going to do. So basically, this is live already, and I'm going to copy web links so you guys can all go ahead here and come in. feel free to comment, feel free to check it out. If obviously you want the original database for yourself, I've already made like something that you can duplicate that you can just use for yourself and try it out. But for the most part, like I'm just gonna build this site out more over time, just to show you live how I'm currently using all the different functions, how I'm currently managing all the different functions in my life, and how I'm connecting them to like solutions. And as more and more solutions come up, I hope that we can all come together and collaborate on how to make this even more comprehensive, because I think there's just so many tools out there that we can be exploring, and we really need to understand which ones, the better ones that we could possibly use depending on the use cases that we have, but also make sure that, hey, let's say we do want to switch. Where is the data living so that we don't have to it doesn't have to be so painful, right? So that can be found in this live stream last time that we did. So definitely feel free to check that out. And happy to answer any questions there if you have any. So yeah, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this stream. I'm very excited. I hope you guys all enjoy your newest package as well. Those who are currently subscribed to support the community, thank you so much. And anybody new who's joining the community now who are enjoying our newest systems, definitely let me know how you like them as well. So